So you've made a decision. You want to start investing in stocks and ETFs, but actually, how do you go about doing that? Like step by step. How does it work concretely? This video is all about that. We're gonna dive into it step by step. You're gonna see it's really, really simple. To get going, we're gonna follow 4 steps. First one, we narrow down our selection of brokers to just the best ones for you. 2, we select the one broker that we want to go with. 3, we get started on that platform. And 4, we buy our first financial product. So step 1, we narrow down our search to just the best brokers out there. We don't want to waste our time looking at brokers that won't be useful to us. I would recommend using a professional review website. There's quite a few out there. The one that I propose here is the Investing in the Web with this page here, best trading platforms in Europe for 2023. And the reason why I selected them is because I also checked in their About section about their approach and how they get funded, and they do take commissions for everyone who signs up via their website. It's kind of like the affiliate system, but they don't take additional commissions, right? So they don't get bought straight out by platforms who want to have a favorable review. So that's what I like about them. And so if you just go down the page, you see a couple of platforms that they already selected: Interactive Brokers, eToro, Freedom24, The Hero, Plus 500, and then more detailed explanations on each one of those. And so what I would recommend is just read through the page so you get a bit of a feeling for what kind of platforms are out there and why they give positive points and negative points to certain things. That way you can already get a feel for what resonates with you. And that brings us to point number 2, where you select your stock broker. Now that you have read the reviews, what is important to you, right? So do you care about the reputation of the stockbroker? Do you have certain ambitions, meaning that you also want things beyond the basic trading in ETFs and stocks? Do you want to have something with commodities like silver, gold, oil, etc.? Or do you want to go into forex, like foreign exchange in currencies? Do you want to work with contracts for difference? And in the same vein, also options. And you probably already heard about going long or going short. But so this is again a way to gain leverage and to multiply the effects of your trades going up or down. Again, super risky. And then of course, maybe you're a believer in crypto, and some traders do offer trading in crypto and others don't. So maybe it's also something you want to factor in. Something else that I found also useful, some of them offer education. So they show you how certain market dynamics work. They show you, if you want to go into day trading, for example, how that works, how you work with the candles. There's like a bunch of resources that some other platforms offer. Otherwise, for the basics, probably YouTube can already help you. And something else that is coming up pretty strongly these days is so-called social trading, where you will follow the trading strategy of someone else, someone hopefully successful, and you can copy that strategy for yourself. For example, eToro is a platform that goes heavy on the social trading. If you find someone who's got a really great portfolio, you can mimic that portfolio in just a few clicks. Fees are also important. Some of them do that by levying a fee for each trade that they facilitate. Some ask for transfer fees between the broker account and your bank account. In general, of course, the rule is keep it as low as possible. Maybe you would like to get in touch with customer support. So some platforms have a better customer support than others. And if you're hesitating whether you want to go ahead with a certain platform, you can always write to their customer support. You could use a decision matrix like this one over here, have a mathematical help for making your decision. I'll link the sheets here in the description of this video, so you can do that exercise for yourself if that's helpful for you. It's completely for free. So the 2 trading platforms that I am using are The Hero, which you find also mentioned here as one of the top picks. The Hero is fantastic because of their low fee structure. I've been with them for years. They have a no-frills approach to trading. So you just have a very basic UI. You just get the tools and you can do stuff. You don't have any direct support for crypto also, if that's your thing. But they do offer, of course, trades in ETFs that are tracking crypto or crypto-based companies. You do have ways to get exposure to crypto via the Hero, though not natively invested in coins. Then the other one that I'm also using is Trade 212. This is not part of this selection over here, but I really like it. I tried it out based on a recommendation from another YouTuber, and it's got incredibly low fees. It offers so-called fractional shares, which means that you can say, okay, I've got 50 euros that I would like to invest, but a share costs 60 euros. Yeah, I mean, just quickly check 50 divided by 60. So you would get like 83% of the full share, but you get all of the benefits like the ups and downs. Though I don't think you get any voter rights. So they've got also what they call pies. You can have a little portfolio of 2-3 ETFs and maybe a few stocks, I don't know, something like that. You bring them together and you say, hey, whenever money hits this broker's account, please automatically invest in this portfolio that is then spread according to the percentages that you define. So you can say, hey, I want to have a big exposure in my portfolio to the S&P 500, and you put it on 50%, for example, and then 10% for a couple of other things. That's perfectly fine. You can tweak those percentages any way you want. And so if you have 100 euros that you bring to your account, it will then automatically be invested in this 50 euros in this S&P 500 and then 10 euros in other bits that you selected. You can also share your pie with others. So for example, I also created a pie for myself with basically 4 ETFs. I'm also sharing this pie down below. So if you're interested, go have a look. There's also these automated investments, which I think is really, really great, because that means that you can have your salary on your bank account, immediately get a transfer automatically to your broker's account. You can set it up in your bank account if you want to. In your broker's account, from the moment the money hits there, you can set up a rule that it will invest in whatever you choose to have it invest in automatically. So you don't have to think about it anymore. It just does it automatically for you. I think this is super useful. It helps you to build a system around investments rather than constantly have to think manually, how am I going to invest in this or that? And I'm sure there's some other brokers that offer this kind of automated flows. I didn't check them all out. I know that the Hero does not. Trade 212 does. I think this is pretty neat. This brings us to step number 3, getting started on the platform. There's a few easy steps really that you have to go through. You have to register, like with any kind of platform. So with your email address, password, they will probably ask you for a bunch of information about yourself, where you live, what your real name is, some tax information, maybe what your tax number is or something like that. And then they'll ask you to do an aptitude test. An aptitude test is really trying to figure out how much risk you can take on safely within the application. So this is more like to check, okay, so how much knowledge do you have about financial instruments? There's no reason to cheat that test or anything. Just go with the flow, answer the questions truthfully. It might be that some of the more advanced features are blocked off from your profile. That's also okay. As you gain more knowledge, usually you can retake that test, and when it's needed, unlock those additional features. The next bit will be to transfer some money from your banking account to your trader account, because that's the real moment that your account becomes live. You can do something with it, right? Traditionally, this can take a few days to get processed, so don't be surprised if you don't see it within a few hours. This is completely normal. Step 4, this is why you did all of this work, to finally be able to buy yourself some kind of financial product. So what is it going to be? Stocks, ETFs, maybe something else? I'm not allowed to give you financial advice, so I'm just going to quote Warren Buffett over here. Constantly buy an S&P 500 low-cost index fund is what he said. So if you don't have any idea yet, but you'd like to get started, maybe you can go with that. I'm going to show you how to buy such an S&P 500. Here I've got like a demo account with 212. I'm going to buy from ETFs. And I'll go for most popular. The most popular one here is Vanguard S&P 500. So heck, why not? I'm just gonna click this one and I can say buy, and I can select the value that I would like to buy it for. Depends a little bit on how much you've got open. As you can see, with me, I've got play money of 5,000 euros over here. And so that gives me a few options. The S&P 500 is also registered in quite a few countries, right? So here it's in London, but you also have the same one, most likely in other countries where they might be working, for example, with euros or with dollars. Basically, do the same thing for any other financial instrument on a broker's account like this. So you indicate how much. I can choose to only buy this share when you can see the price over here at 65.2448 pounds, right? So I could say like, hey, I would like to have it at 65, and then from the moment it dips again underneath this around this price point, it will buy it for you. Or you can say like, you know, I can buy it at 66, and then it will just get you the best possible price for it. And you can also choose until when you want to have this offer going, like end of the day or not determined. So you can say okay, review the order, and then send buy order. There we go. And basically that's all there is to it, right? So just now we'll show you in your portfolio. Okay, you bought some shares, and there's now free funds at the value of 3,000 euros and almost 2,000 euros worth of the portfolio. And then you can check how that looks like, right? So over here I can see my purchase. There we go. And this is how it looks like when you actually have it in your portfolio. You've successfully selected a brokerage account, you registered, and you purchased your first stock. Congratulations. Now remember, this is a long-term game where patience is rewarded. So just keep investing and learn from the dead. They are the best investors because they don't touch their portfolio once it's been bought. So don't try to actively manage it. Other than that, keep learning. There are plenty of tools and features within these tools that I haven't shown here, but you'll be able to explore that, see how things work, and as you do, you'll become a more confident investor. And with that, you can also start looking at other financial instruments if that is your thing. Now that you know how to buy and sell a stock or an ETF, maybe you'd like to have some more information on which ETFs to actually buy and which kind of risks are associated with each type of ETF. Because yes, there's quite a few ETFs types out there. So if you'd like to have more information on that, you can check out this handy video over here. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!